Maybe I should have my audio on. What's the mother flipping deal? We got to keep it clean early on in some of these streams. That's just the platform we're operating on. It is what it is. How are you, wonderful people? I hope all is well. I hope life is treating you with the utmost respect. I hope that you are respecting yourselves, because this is a respectful channel, a respectful stream. We only speak positivity and politeness. It's been about 4 minutes. Fuck all that. So let's talk about it. Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den, well, what's the motherfucking deal? Welcome. I'm your host, Ed Honcho. We got some stuff to talk about tonight, so let's get into it. Right? We're gonna talk about self-hate, right? And I guess the best way to put it, let's Google that shit. What is the Google call self-hate? And while I'm pulling that up, let's see who we got joining us this evening. I see the lovely Miss Sarah. I see the Don of the Discord, aka Mr. Cultured himself. Keith, I'm assuming is Canadian bacon. What? Shout out to Marie Lovely. That is excellent. Good deal, good deal. Gonna be plenty of headboards a rocking and knocking in our sister to the north, the Canadian. Infinity, what's the motherfucking deal? Joe, there's always some haters. It would not be the Den if it was not for haters. Shout out to my favorite New Yorker, aka John from New York. How you doing this evening, sir? Beyond a funny, I'm just saying your name, nigga. User Phoenix, Wink, what's the motherfucking deal? And King Fogel, what's the motherfucking deal? Been a minute. Hope you're still in it. But yeah, let me pull this up real quick. I want to tell you what my last Google search was. That may or may not be illegal. Let's see what comes up under self-hate when I Googleize it, right? I don't want self-hate quotes. I just want to see what it is. A bunch of weird pictures. How do you stop hating yourself? What are the symptoms of self-hatred? What is the root of self-hate? What is self-hate called? Self-loathing is an extreme criticism of oneself and may feel as though nothing you do is good enough, or that you're unworthy or deserving of good things in life. Let's see. Self-hatred almost always stems from childhood. Trauma experienced after childhood can always fuel negative feelings about oneself. Children believe what they hear from others. If a parent tells a child that she is good for nothing or can't do anything right, then that becomes the truth in the child's mind. That is under what is the root of self-hate. Google gives you like the shittiest responses. Other people ask, man, I'm going to go off track for a second. This is the Den. Y'all know how we be rocking. Yeah, I can't see shit. Or I can, but I can't. But anyway. Kenneth, what's the motherfucking deal? Heidi, you're a little bit accurate. I don't hate blacks. I love blacks. I can't stand them niggas. We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those thugs. But so I was Googleizing the other day, right? So I didn't know what the fuck a track hawk was, right? So, I don't be in the weird. I don't say it's weird shit. I just didn't know what it was, right? And so I Googled it. I just Googled the word track hawk, right? And you know how like Google will put up other people asked, these questions, right? And so you can tell what type of people are asking these questions because, and it says other people asked, and it was all a bunch of I won't say very, but grammatically incorrect questions, right? The way that they were written. So they can kind of tell you who was asking those questions. I don't think it was the Mexicans. Kenneth in 5 years will be a high value male. Hey, Kenneth, he has to put in his own work, man. That's not thanks to me. That's him doing his own thing, man. I'm just glad he listened when I told him to stop letting those lyrics overtake him. He was over there feeling fly with his suit. I seen him looking like a grown young man. Still ain't got no hose though. But that was way offbeat. I thought that was real funny. So if you ever see those questions, it is what it is. But let's talk about self-hate, man. The reason we talk about self-hate is because over the last few weeks, this platform, via Twitter, other areas. I get messages from people, comment sections that YouTube likes to delete. I don't ever delete comments, so if your shit has ever gotten deleted, I've never deleted anything. It is probably whatever platform that you sent whatever on. And so I've been getting a lot of allegations of self-hate, right? But you know what happens when I'm getting these allegations of self-hate? It's usually when I'm speaking on black people or black women in general, because it's all been black women who've accused me of self-hate, right? And one was, anyway, I had to break it down that she self-hated herself because she had white in her DNA. But that's a whole nother conversation, another story. Anyway, and so I got to thinking about it, like self-hate. What does this stem from? Like, why is this an allegation that people just kind of levy out, to just throw out there when somebody's speaking on black people, black culture, black women? It's always your mama black, that type of weird shit. And yes, she is, and I'm very thankful for that. So I'm like, what does it come from? Like, how is this self-hate? Because you want to either hold people accountable, or you see that there's a problem in a culture and you speak on it, right? And so if you notice on the thumbnail, the arrow is pointing at my mouth. Pause, weird, whatever weird shit y'all gonna say. Let's just go ahead and get that off of that. But because I'm referencing the things that I speak about, and that's what I'm saying, as opposed to what I think self-hate really is. It's not the things that people speak because they're saying, hey, I feel like we can do better. I feel like, we're better than this. That's really how I feel like. And I say these things because it's a lot of shit going on, especially in the black community, that's just, it's super detrimental, but we praise, promote, and uplift it like this shit is beneficial to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's usually the ones who are most mentally ill pushing a lot of this crazy stuff. And, again, like I say, the cultural image is very important because, again, people say, hey, well, Honcho, why don't you always talk about white people and what white people do? Well, I'm not as concerned with what white people do, because if little Timmy decides he wants to get in a 30-minute gunfight with police in Georgia, nobody's looking at me like, hey, that guy might be of the same mentality. It has nothing to do with me, right? But like I said, when there are people of my demeanor who's a little bit north of here, want to have mass shootings and things like that, culturally, outside of the black culture, we're going to see ourselves the same. People are going to look and say, oh, that guy might be one of them, might be one of those, right? So, again, and it's like, with all that, again, that doesn't impact me. So that's why I don't necessarily focus on a lot of those stories. I don't speak on a lot of those things, because there's been some stories some people have referenced to me to check out. And some of them are a little bit late, so I don't want to try to ride a late wave. I like to try to get things early, And then a lot of stories where it's already been like, people are already pretty much found guilty, or they've already found the culprit. To me, there's no point in talking about some of those things. But some of it, we do have to speak on. But toxic masculinity is good. I love it. So, very funny. Heidi, you're a terrible person. But self-hate to me, right? Because all of these allegations that were levied against me were from black women. And I, like I said, took some time to think about it. And I personally believe that no group on the planet has more self-hate than black women. We talk about black girl magic, we talk about black excellence, all these crazy hashtags and phrases and things that are put out there. And it's good to pump up your self-esteem, your ego, whatever you want to call it. But again, I think that black women have, or are the most displeased with themselves. And the reason why, no, I get it. No, I just love toxic masculinity either way. But I feel like they are the most displeased with themselves. And the reason why I say this is no other group as a whole disguises themselves the way that black women do, right? The weave, wigs, the eyelashes, and the eyelashes are across various groups. It's not just black women, but black women, like when I speak on these things, I would say by percentage more of them probably wear it than in other cultures. The eyebrows, the accessories, the implants. You got all them running to Mexico, getting this, that, and the third surgery. Stomach, tummy tucks, all this thing down on the tables and all that other shit. And you hear multiple stories of this, yet they still keep going. There was a mother of three, a couple of weeks ago, that went to go have some type of stomach surgery or something, died. Now you leave behind 3 kids because you couldn't be disciplined enough to either lose the weight or just accept yourself as you were. Or if you knew that you couldn't really afford a quality surgery, then, maybe wait for, I don't know. Again, for what? Social media. And again, if you go and you look at these people, the nails, and we'll talk about those nails. And those nails are not just a black thing. I've started those, so I don't know what the hell is going on, but that's a problem. And again, like I say, the fake asses, all of it. It's, I think, if we're basing it by percentage, I think more black women do this on percentage than any other culture. And so, or the percent of black women do this more so than any other culture, more than the percent of white women. There's some of those are still embracing their pancakes, and they like it. Well, yes, God made me this way. I'm just going to put a little Aunt Jemima syrup on my pancakes, and I'm going to rock with it. They love it. The Hispanics, there's a wide gamut of Hispanics, so we're not even going to get into that. And I don't know about stop Asian hate. Okay, so all I'm saying is, the reason why I say this is because, like I said, I go places and I see these things, and I was really speaking on it last night because I was at the Wally, and I know the Wally is like not the best place to be a judge of character, but I see it everywhere. But it was just so prevalent because in this Wally, there was a mix of groups, mix of cultures, and everything else. There were some, white, Middle Eastern, black, Asian, whatever, like I say, a wide group. But the ones that I saw more than any were the black women. A lot of them with the grandma cooking elbows, shorts up their ass. It's like, if you got a knife, you're nice looking, hey, you want to see that. But if you're not, and it's just your body's sloppy, look, just keep it real. Hey, I'm not a pro. This is not a pro body positivity channel. We're gonna keep it 1,000 here. If I don't like the way I'm looking, I got a little gut right here that I'm in the gym trying to work out. Not really. I think I'm just trying to turn back into a monster. I don't ever know if I want to be skinny, if I want to get big, but whatever. All right, Wally is America, and so my thing is, they say Asian may be number one for understanding. I would agree with that. But so, like I said, but going there and I'm just like, dog. And it was actually this one particular group. It was like 3 or 4 of them. The long ass, blonde ass hair. The what was it? The nails. Again, the eyelash that stick like a foot out from their face, and all of these things. And it's like, to me, that's self-hate, right? And the reason why I say that is because you're literally covering up what's naturally you. Good, get them out of there. Like, you're covering up what's naturally you to replace it with something else, right? I've asked this question. I don't know if I've asked on the channel. I know we've been in the Dan Discord chopping it up. And John, I think the cops have shot 2 or 3 other people since the last time. You got to get your ass in that Discord. But like I said, I've said it. So, especially was this false allegation black women make that, the black guys, they just go get white women. When the numbers prove that's not true, right? But why not, right? If you're going to go get the European hair, why would a man just go get a European woman? That's a question I've been thinking about a lot lately. Like, why not? Because y'all know my thoughts, my views for the most part. If you've been here a while, if not, I'm pretty sure I'll mention them again soon. But my thoughts are this. We see that comment always, cultural appropriation. Oh, a white girl can braid her hair, her actual hair. Just get some little French braids or some shit like that. And they call them French braids for whatever reason. Cornrows or whatever you want to call them, right? But then A black woman will accuse her of her cultural appropriation. But the black woman will go get a whole head of Euro Yaki #5, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it'll be platinum fucking blonde. Some old unnatural shit, looking like the motherfuckers out the Matrix. Right? And so my thoughts are, if you're doing all this, why wouldn't a black man just go get him a white girl? Or a woman of another race that already has that kind of, if you're trying to emulate that, why not go get the real deal? Right? Don't get the knockoff. What do they call them? What do they call it? The fakes, like the triple A's or something like that. You know what I mean? So, like, why not? It makes more sense, right? Go get the genuine article. So, no, cherry red. Don't give me like with the real outlandish colors, because I see the oranges and the fucking the reds, and I've seen purples, and again, you know, the sherbet colored hairs. It's generally the shorter hair white women that kind of do that type of shit, but those are definitely stay away. Another red flag is that fucking bull ring in their nose. That's a no-go. Run away. I agree, right? And that's the thing, you know, and we were speaking on it earlier, so I learned some things. Shout out to Only, right? Because Only gave me some game, or taught me some things, right? And so I'm just looking at each of these articles. I want to kind of speak on them a little bit, and then we'll open up the line, and then we'll talk about the lava lamp is right here. God damn it, Trio. It's right here. You see this? Look on the screen, that little yellow, or not yellow, that little silver cap. You can see it right under the table. The lava lamp is there. I just got a fucking order. I think I got to get it off Amazon, because I was in Wally World the other day. I was in the Discord. Wise was there, and somebody else was in there. I think might have been Tin Man. And I was looking for the light that I needed. They did not have it, right? So, and Scotty is blocked, because Scotty came in this fucking room like 4 times in 15 minutes right before the stream. I had my door shut. This door doesn't have a lock on it. He just bust in. Just busting in. Just like came in, made a lap, saw it wasn't no food for him, and then just left. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the love, Dan the Man, aka Strong and Grant. Say, I hate black pepper. I hate black keys on a piano. I hate my gums because they're black. Officer Self-Hatred, R.I.P. Bernie Mac. Absolutely, man. And that was, Bernie Mac was great. I'm really interested to see what they get to play him in his life story. Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that little. There we go. Okay, I'm trying to work on something. I'm trying to find a way to keep the stream a little clean, cleaner looking. I just got some stuff I still got to work on, but we're going to get it all together. Yes, Scotty, no more locked doors. 335. Hold on, let me make sure you get that. Peace. Not too many of y'all know what that is. So again, like I said, man, it's really unfortunate. So, you know, I kind of spoke my piece on the hair, because, you know, and then again, like I told y'all the other day, white women get extensions, or, you know, women of other descents get extensions because it's their actual hair. Black women get weave, right? Because they put other people's dead hair, other whatever you want to cut off hair, whatever you want to call it, put it in their head, right? Y'all have seen Good Hair from Chris Rock. If you haven't, I suggest that you watch it, right? Or they're willing to suffer chemical burns and everything else by putting that shit in their head, right? And so it's very, very odd to me, right? And again, when everybody's doing it, I get how you can get caught up in the culture. So that's why I say these things, maybe to wake somebody up, to make people realize the shit that you're doing is weird. The shit that a lot of these women are doing is, I haven't seen the Joker movie yet. I've been saying I'm going to watch it. I really do want to watch it. But like I'm telling you, it's just like, bro, I'm just, it's so hard for me to sit down and watch stuff. I still got to finish the rest of Invincible and all that other stuff. But it's just really hard for me to sit here. I'm saying I'm going to sit down for a couple hours and watch some shit. It's hard for me to sit down and do my own damn streams. Y'all see that shit. So, but, you know, it's like the Joker. You're sitting there putting on all of this shit. The contour makeup. You know what I'm saying? They putting all the shit that the more limp-wristed people have taught you to do. And why were you taking advice from limp-wristed individuals who basically want to take your place And to me, there's a whole blending thing going on there. It's just like they make you look like them, and so they can look like you and cause mass confusion. But that's another stream, right? That's a whole different stream to talk about. But they cake the face up, they put all this stuff and all this shit, then they throw on these fucking eyelashes, right? These fucking eyelashes kill me more than anything. I was in the Whataburger. And this made me very sad because I love Whataburger. If you're from Texas, you already know what it is, 17. I was in Whataburger. 4 black women working behind the counter. Every single one of them had the extended lashes on, right? Every single one of them. And I'm just sitting here like, why? Why? Right? Yes. That's kind of like, you know how that works, Heidi. It's like when you have the employee who does all the work all the time, and then like the one day they don't show up, everybody gets mad at them. But you have like an employee who never shows up, but then that's just kind of what's expected of them. And so when they do the deal, they get Employee of the Month. That's how it works. You know, still, it's all love, Heidi. I even like some of your Instagram stories. See, I do appreciate you. As terrible as they were, that fucking Kamala one was funny though. That was funny. And what was the one about Kyle? That shit was hilarious. But you know, well, 335 gets that celebrated. 335 is one of the few people who know about the peace. Okay, that's a different story. That's a quintuple OG. That's a quintuple OG den folk type thing. But yeah, and so like I say, so they get dressed up literally like clowns every day. This is how I view it. And you can say what you want to say about me, but when I see black women who do this, like I don't want to be next to them. It is your son. Like I say, it's like I honestly don't want to be next to them. I really don't want to talk to them. Like I get disgusted. Like and I sound like an asshole. You can say whatever you want to, but when I'm looking at them, I'm like, that's not you. That's not you. Like you are defiling yourself. And the reason why I say these things is because I know there's generally a beautiful black woman under there. If she would just remove all the bullshit, right? If she would just take all the bullshit off and embrace herself. But instead, you got this shit that society, the video hoes, all this shit. Again, you know, we can get into that, you know, all the context of that, but I'm just kind of focusing on one thing here. And they buying all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. And so I'm just like, man, you're talking about the milk bone? Milk bone is terrible. But hold on one second. That's not what I want. This one. Went away. Anyway, so again, like I said, it's like, man, that's the reason why I say what I say, because I know there's something better under that. All that bullshit is not you. You don't need the fucking fake asses. Go to the fucking gym. Be happy with what you got. Like, I got a question. I know several men in here. It's a lot of dudes in here, man. Like, we were talking about this in the Discord the other day. Does anybody still find twerking even remotely interesting? I'm gonna have to pin that. So the makeup stuff is sorcery. Some of these broads have demons so deep, their God is their opinion, and they literally love a lie, even in the mirror. Man, that's funny. Because let me pin. Can I pin this message? Oh, that's weak. Let me pin this fucking message. Fucking suck. They won't let me. But like I said, it's just like. But I appreciate the love. Appreciate the super chat love. It's all an illusion. I call it the liar in attire. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit you put on is you present yourself as a lie. We've all seen that TikTok chick. And they said she lost her teeth during pregnancy. I don't know. People make shit up. I think she was smoking big meth. Maybe not. I don't know. That's just what I thought when I saw it. And she fucking takes her teeth out, wipes her face off. She looks old as shit. She looks terrible, right? She looks terrible. But then when she puts all the shit on, you're like, hey, maybe after last call, if I've not had much success tonight, I get my wee-wee wet, right? That's maybe what you would think. But again, that's why I say the lion or tire, the Brazilian butt lift draws, you know what I'm saying? The push-up bras, like all of these things. Women have a plethora of devices, of tools that they use to manipulate, but yet men are the shallow ones, right? Now, I'm not condoning it. I'm not a proponent of it. But you see women out here trying to, oh man, they're getting the man weaves. Okay, that's a fraction of the bullshit that you do on a daily basis, that women who do on a daily basis. 95% of black women do this. I don't even think there's 5% of totally natural. There's maybe like 2% of black women who don't over makeup, who actually wear their real hair, who are not getting all these surgeries. It's like super small, right? Because again, the weave alone knocks off like 92% of black women. You know what I mean? And it is voodoo. It's crazy what they go to and from. There's, I made that proposition to any black female YouTubers or women that have channels, because I wanted to come on, I wanted to have a panel, and I actually wanted to listen. I wanted the women to have the platform to discuss. But I guess me saying things like this, which they would be not able to dispute, probably makes them not want to come on here. But and only one responded. I reached out to several ones, but then I saw this one, and honestly, it was so bad. And this is a person from Houston. I didn't reach out to him or anything. It's a large woman, so so you could talk for the big girls. But at first, it was so bad, like I couldn't tell if it was a woman or a man. And this person does like makeup tutorials, and props to them because they actually show their real face. But their skin is terrible. I mean, it's terrible, right? It's terrible. And when they put the stuff on, it looks like a completely different person. I bet it looks like transgender, but it is what it is. I'm gonna put the link up here in just a second. I guess I should have actually booted that up while I was doing all this talking. I didn't even think about it, but I have that. And again, they leave their face on the pillow. You know what I'm saying? Man, and that's what I don't get, man. I don't get it at all. Like, I don't understand it. I don't see why, like, and I've told y'all before, go watch a black woman fighting in any video. Once the weave comes off, once the wig comes off, those Jamaican daggering videos, those are amazing. That is skill and athleticism at its finest. That shit is like WWE on the dance floor. I love it. But these people, or black women, they run off. The fight's over. It's a done. It's a wrap. It's like, it's crazy. I didn't share the video. And let me see if I still have it. I may still have it. Because it's been a bunch of shit that I've wanted to do. And I'm going to be honest, I won't say neglecting y'all. But there's been a lot of things I wanted that I have not done. And I want to say special shout outs to Miss Jessera. And you know why. And I appreciate everything you do. Shout out to Miss Grace. And I love you, Miss Grace. And a couple of you others who I chop it up with behind the scenes. I appreciate each and every one of you. Some people, like to remain a little bit quiet. Some people I don't tell. I just give you the shout out. You just got to deal with it because I love you. This is terrible stuff. I'm going to put some pictures up here in a second. They're terrible pictures. I'm going to see if I got this video, though. Because there's a video. I think I probably deleted it. I probably did. But it was a chick who went to go get her hair done. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you saw it. She went and got her hair done. Basically couldn't afford the little extra fee or whatever. And she pulled a gun out on the lady that did her hair because they locked her in and wouldn't let her out because she couldn't pay the remainder of her dues, right? And it's like, it's that serious that you'll go get your hair done and you'll pull a gun out on somebody because you can't afford your hairstyle. I've never, ever, ever heard of such things. Oh, here's one. Do. Oh, I fucking like the new OBS. Oh, that makes it super easy. I didn't have to do anything fancy. I could just drag and drop. Awesome. OBS is cool. So this is kind of a reference to what I was talking about earlier, right? Here we are, right? The video. Oh no, I'm not gonna. We're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna do that and a couple other videos. I'm actually do some short content on. I'm actually do some recording videos because that's what people actually like. Like that right there. But this is what you'll see. You'll see the eyelashes, you'll see the crazy hair, you'll see all this other shit. And it'll have, this, the, little French braid or whatever. She might be an athlete. She might be a runner. She's a track star. She might be braided for a ring. She might fight in the UFC. And that's what I don't understand. That's another thing I don't understand, right? Black bitches be fighting so fucking much. Why aren't y'all in the UFC doing anything? Y'all be fighting like a motherfucker. And don't get paid for the shit. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. But again, that's a whole nother thing. I really wish I still had the video. I don't think I do. I do got some funny shit here though. Yeah, I don't think I kept it on here. But like I said, so she pulled a gun out on her. Because she couldn't afford it. And then, like I said, the woman put all her business out on the interwebs, about what happened. But that's another thing. That's a whole other topic. And I'm kind of going a little bit astray here, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to bring it back. That's what I saw a post of somebody, and they were talking about why a lot of people don't want to do business with certain black folks, because if things don't go right, those people will try to put your business all out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And that is true. That is a true thing, especially if it's like some local shit. If something does not go right, they'll put your business out in the street. Now, I think that's a little bit different. You're recording a person who possibly could have turned into a dangerous situation. I think that's something you should have saved for the laws. I don't think it's something that necessarily should have went viral, but maybe you're trying to warn other people not to do business with that particular woman. So I could see it. I could understand it. Man up, what's the motherfucking deal? Big bras of rest. Oh, Josephine, Johnny. But again, like I said, let's remove that. Yeah, to get that out of there. Let me see. I'm gonna show y'all something else funny here, and then we're gonna get back on track like we're supposed to. I never talked about the chick with all the fake pregnancies. Oh my God, I think she was from Houston. To fake pregnancy, fake kidnapping after she got caught, all that stuff. It's terrible, terrible stuff. Let's put this here just to give y'all something else to look at besides my beautiful face. This is I don't know this chick, right, at all, right? I don't know her. I don't know who she is. So, I'll be like, oh, Joe's specifically after this. Oh, well, I shouldn't have done that. Particular woman, because I'm not. I don't know anything about her. All right. But this is nowadays your average black woman, right? This is your average black woman. If you go out in public, again, they're going to have one of these three things going on. Let me see. I don't think I have my, I like to draw in the streams. I don't know if I have my drawer up. Let me turn this a little bit. Let's see. Son of a gun. I don't think I do. Nope. I don't think I got it. I don't know if I can update OBS. I don't have my nifty little screen jar annotation thing. Wish I did. Darn it, I don't. Okay, so anyway, so I can't draw on the screen like I want to. I should have thought about that beforehand. So you see these eyelashes. In what worlds? Now she doesn't have the eyebrows that everybody has. So kudos to that. But whatever. But in what world is that attractive? Who finds that appealing? You know what I'm saying? Who likes that? Hey, Miss Grace, how are you doing this evening? I just gave you a shout out. I thought you were in here. You know, and like I said, who finds that appealing? I don't know any dude who says, "Oh, that bitch got some nice ass eyelashes." I don't know any. I've never heard a dude say that he's gotten aroused by eyelashes. Ever. Never in my life. Oh, it's all an illusion. That ain't no illusion. Exactly. You know exactly. You definitely thinking like I'm thinking. But again, you have you can see the little stuff, right? Like what is that? Is that the little shit? Is that the little lace front groove stuff at the top with the fake baby hairs? You know what I'm saying? Like, who made this stuff? Who sanctioned this as the new black woman? You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because from what I hear is, you know, black women are unique. They're so creative. They're this and that. But all the ones I see are doing the same thing. And a lot of them are trying to appeal to, there seems to be a more European aesthetic, right? I don't even know white women with eyelashes. That's hideous. Okay? The extremely long, crazy looking weave is one thing, right? That's one thing. But the color is another thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and that's another thing, right? And it's just like, I mean, if she's getting downtown, I mean, what does that shit have to tickle your stomach? I mean, you in there like the Pillsbury Double, hee. Like, that has to be weird, right? Those fucking eyelashes, like, that's all I'm thinking about. But anyway, let me get my mind out the gutter. But this is not attractive to me. Like, I'm sure that if you take all of this stuff off, remove all of the accessories and the bullshit. I don't know how much hair she got because I'm pretty sure there's some chemical action going on in there and some other stuff. But if she was to be who she was, this would be a very attractive young lady. But instead, she tends to go with the masses. And this is what I don't understand about people, you know, when you're it's not unique when you're doing everything that everybody else is doing. You may change the color, you may change the shade a little bit. You may add an extra lint to, like, that has to be like 2 inches of eyelash. Like, that's crazy stuff. It looks like you've been a fucking flyway. This is clown stuff. No, Beyond. Now you think, well, I'm a man, but I'd be disgusted. I'd be like, let her finish. Then get the fuck out of my face. I'd be imagining something else in my mind. But this is disgusting. It really is. Like, all bullshit to the side. Like, when I see women out in public, I get disgusted. I was at my favorite place on earth the other day, HEB. And they roam in packs. They're like the hyenas from The Lion King. They roam in packs, like packs of 3, generally. And they look like this. There's no shame. Again, like I said, it's the bonnet action. I didn't fucking save it. Now, women have gone so far as to put zippers in the bonnets. Have y'all seen this? Have you seen the zippers in the bonnets? And they're putting zippers in the bonnets where they can store things like it's a pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this necessary? Right? Let me add something else over here for y'all. Right? This is what we're looking like today. Now, this is even without all the outrageousness, but you still see it. This is the modern black woman, right? No, they're getting the bonnets customized. They're putting zippers in the bonnets. Like, it is, and they're wearing them out and about like it's cool. I mean, everywhere I go, every single day I go out in public, I see this. If I go to a store, I could just be sliding in a damn convenience store. I'm gonna see one, and I feel like this is dangerous. A bitch who wears a bonnet out in public will shoot you. She doesn't fear shit. She'll shoot you. She has a gun under the bonnet, and she'll shoot you. I firmly believe this, right? 100%. These eyelashes aren't as extendo eyelash, but they're still ridiculous looking. This is what I'm saying. But shout out to Only, because I was saying earlier, Only laced me up with something. And apparently, these women get these eyelashes, and a lot of them, surprise, surprise, aren't getting them done in a professional manner. And let me leave an image up there for you. Which one y'all want me to leave? Let's leave the new one up there. They're not getting them done in a professional manner. And then what happens is they're ripping their eyelashes off, and now it's to the point where they have to. They have to. Yeah, this is the Asian deal. So I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like, where is this cultural appropriation, right? And so this is where we are. This is where we are. Yeah, John. I mean, I think I've been canceled for a while now. But here's I gotta. You can't cancel somebody who don't give a shit. You can't. That's the thing. Like, you just gotta double down, right? I mean, if you just double down, and you'll be safe. Mostly, unless you say something like really, really weird. But this is what I'm saying. You see Blake's fast room. The other one can fly away. That's what I'm saying. Like, this bothers me. And again, this woman here, again, makeup, definitely not her skin tone. I hate that old lighter shade shit. You know, again, that's the self-hate to me. Not wearing your natural hair. You're willing to put this stuff that does not look real, does not look realistic on it, covering yourself up. That's self-hate. And again, of all the women who threw these self-hate allegations at me, and I'm not saying all of them had the eyelash. I don't know. I'm sure some of them did, but they all had the hair. You know what I'm saying? Not wearing their own. You know what I mean? So, and it's just like, y'all see me go off in here. Like, look, I can be patient enough to grow this out. It's not always the best looking thing in the world. Why can't you grow your own shit out? Right? I see there's probably more black men with their real long natural hair than there are black women. That's crazy, right? That is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of fellas got to create a unified front so it isn't tolerant. Yeah, man, exactly. Right, and that's what I'm saying. So I say, my old lady, no, I love her. Does all the things that a lot of folks in here complain about. Cooks for me every evening. She's all natural. We have our moments, but we always talk these things out. We work on things. It's not argumentative like most of these women. Like I say, I believe that there's a mental illness that women who wear this kind of stuff have. It's prevalent. Look at any of these fighting videos, and there's thousands of them out there, right? Have any of you ever seen a natural woman fighting, a natural haired black woman in any of these videos fighting? Not getting attacked, but fighting. And I hear the excuses, oh, well, you know, black hair is difficult to do and all this. Yeah, I get it. But then you'd rather burden them with this mentality that their hair is not good enough. How, Heidi? Explain. Tell me more. Oh, terrible. But like I said, you know, it's always this. It's always, I believe that there is a sickness. I believe that there is a issue. I believe that there is a mental health problem with, oh, word? Okay. I'm a little bit off here. I think I can kind of see it. I think I know what it is. I think it might be the way I got my sound going through the dilly-dally, right? Well, just, she's dressed up like an Asian, so just say, imagine like this is an old Asian movie stream where the sound used to be off in the dubs, you know what I'm saying? So, exactly. When you see these things, it's always weave, wigs, bonnets, things of that type. You don't see the natural. That's why I believe that there is a mental issue associated with seeking to put this stuff on your head. You know what I'm saying? Fucking hide it. Like, I believe it. And I think that a lot of women who do that shit, and I think a lot of dudes who've dealt with that kind of stuff will tell you that a lot of them are crazy. The ones I've dealt with, a lot of them are crazy. A lot of the women that are more natural, that I know, that I encounter, that I've had conversations with, are always easier to converse with or conversate with, whatever it is. I don't remember. Converse, that's the shoe. They're just easier. Even if you have disagreements, they're always more amicable. It's not the same level of problems. I think like this fucking hair, like it doesn't stop on the scalp. It like attaches itself into the brain and it just starts to rewire neurons in there and it just starts fucking shit up, right? Seep into the skin. Like I believe all of these things. Y'all can tell me whatever you want to. I believe this, right? But yeah, again, appropriation. Stop Asian hate. But where has my little dog gone? I'm actually not calling for Scotty. I had to put a basket in front of the door so he doesn't barge in the middle of the stream. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because he's a fat fucking dog, right? Fucking Scotty's fat as shit. I talk about feed Scotty. That motherfucker is obese. I picked him up the other day. I almost fucking broke my damn arm and fat fuck. So, I agree. No fakeness, period. Be who you are. Like, don't get the fake titties. Don't even if you got like the overwhelming bad back boobs, don't even get them. Don't get the augmentation. Don't do any of this shit. Like, just be you. Hit the gym, eat better, whatever it is, do those things. You'll appreciate it more. You'll be more confident. Like, you will not have the mental issues that come with this shit. Excuse me. Never seen a natural woman have put her baby over her head to protect her or someone else's hair that she's put on her head. You've seen these types do it. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's oh man, oh, that's terrible. But like I said, it's really unfortunate. Again, I'm gonna bring the other one back for y'all just one more time because I know y'all like it. I know some of y'all niggas here talking shit, but y'all like this type of shit. Because the reason why this is being done is because there are niggas, some of y'all niggas that's in the damn chat are supporting it. Some of y'all niggas in the damn chat didn't hit something like this within the last couple of weeks. And shame on you. Shame on you for doing that, right? Because you perpetuate this BS. And it's just no bueno. I'm going to open up the line here, right? But while I'm doing that, I'm going to play something that has absolutely nothing to do with anything that we're talking about, just to keep you guys slightly entertained. So I'm going to switch over. I'm going to switch screens here. And, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. T4 is what's the motherfucking deal? No, Broderick, them fucking women are not great. And if you encourage that, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm serious about that. You are encouraging, I don't know what black culture is, but you're encouraging a very, very bad deal. That shit is trash. There's nothing other than trash. And I will say nothing less than that is trash. So while that is there, it's actually showing the other chat. Okay, I had to put this one here. I'll put that there. I'm gonna put a little something special for y'all right here. While I pull up the thing, it's gonna play multiple times because I'm gonna be lazy. No, I won't loop it. Let's pull this up. Let me I want to get y'all's thoughts on this while, and I think y'all will enjoy this. I'll let it play a couple of times while I pull the line up. Mute my.
This is it. To the slut ass bitch that wanna fuck on my baby dad. Oh yeah, and he likes to tongue in his ass with his gay ass bitch. This is it. To the slut ass bitch that wanna fuck on my baby dad. Oh yeah, and he likes to tongue in his ass with his gay ass bitch. This is it. To the slut ass bitch that wanna fuck on my baby dad. Oh yeah, and he likes to tongue in his ass with his gay ass bitch. This is it. To the slut ass bitch that wanna fuck on my baby dad. Oh yeah, and he likes to tongue in his ass with his gay ass bitch. This is it. To the slut ass bitch that wanna fuck on my baby dad. Oh yeah, and he likes to tongue in his ass with his gay ass bitch. This is it. To the slut ass bitch that wanna fuck on my baby dad. Oh yeah, and he likes to tongue in his ass with his gay ass bitch. This is it. To the slut ass bitch that wanna fuck on my baby dad. Oh yeah, and he likes to tongue in his ass with his gay ass bitch. This is it. To the slut ass bitch that wanna fuck on my baby dad. Oh yeah, and he likes to tongue in his ass with his gay ass bitch. This is it. To the slut ass bitch that wanna fuck on my baby dad. Oh yeah, and he likes the tongue in his ass with his gay ass bitch. This is it.
All right, so there, put the link up in there. Put the link in there, right? 12, how you doing? Roscoe, what's going down? T Flores, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me get this set up real quick, proper like. Let's do this like this. And give me just a second. Let me set this up properly. What we got? What we got? What we got? What is this? Is that the right thing? Nope. Nope. I think this is it. Let's not do that. Let's do that. Let's do something like that. And hold on one second. Give me just a moment here as I.
Hello?
Yeah, give me just a moment as I'm getting this. My audio is just a little bit. My thing is showing something a little bit off. Let me make sure I got the right. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alrighty. And I think that should work. All right. Well, we get all this set up, and oh no, what did I do? Oh no, Mr. Bill. Yeah, like that. All right, Mr. Dan, how are you doing this evening, Mr. Dan?
I'm good, man. I'm laughing at that fucking video. Jesus Christ. But that's nothing new right there. We've seen this many times on the World Star and the YouTubes and Twitters and all the social medias. Yes, we've seen a woman turn up their baby daddy or ex-boyfriend, their cheating ass husband's car, and then either he has a small penis or she done some weird sexual shit to him, or I don't know, just some wild ass shit. And yeah, that's what's up.
Okay.
People's like, oh, why are you single? Shit like that, because you never know what kind of people. Some people do, and they still fuck with them, and those men are stupid. Yes. But sometimes you don't know who you're fucking with until y'all break up. Then you find out a person's true nature.
Yes.
And that is what it is, and that's across all genders, religions, cultures. Human beings are unpredictable creatures, and they like to hide who they are until they show you what motherfucking time it is. But that's just one. I'm sure I can find 5 more videos just like that, at least today. And in terms of self-hate, and see, I'll be honest, I've been very kind of coy about when I talk about black women, just because honestly I don't have the endurance to argue with a black woman. I've argued with black women before in my job and in previous fields, and it's just like a mile a minute, by and large. Now, not all, but quite a few I've argued with. And at this point, I was like, you know what? Okay, that's fine. I just walk off, because I'm not gonna waste my breath. I only get one life. I'm not gonna spend arguing with you. That's fine. So maybe that makes me a quitter. I accept that. But self-hate. So I was doing some research while the stream was first starting, and I looked up some of the issues with this hair weave. Besides the exorbitant amounts in terms of pricing, some of these Remy's are what, $500 a bundle or some shit like that. I've seen videos of a black woman taking their kids out of school because there was a free weave giveaway, and then there were so many people crowding the store, the cops had to mace everybody. You got your kids out here getting maced because you're trying to get some free weave. That's interesting. And then I've seen dumpster diving for weave. We've seen them videos. Okay. Like some Chinese store burnt down, so they burnt down part of it, said to throw out all the bad product that smelled like smoke and all this other shit. And then they dumpster diving for weave. I mean, Jesus Christ. I've heard stories of black women in Africa. No, obviously, of African women. Finding recently deceased people and taking their weaves.
You gotta be kidding me, bro.
And I am extremely serious about this. No, I'm not. And then they obviously just took some from a corpse, so there's a risk of disease. And then never mind that, I just read at least one story about a girl who did her journey for when she left her weave in about 8 weeks, which is 6 to 8 weeks is the standard for what I'm reading. It was pulled back too tight, or it was done incorrectly, and she ended up losing her hair and ended up having damage. There's actually a National Medical Institute article I found about the damage that can possibly happen permanently to a woman's hairline in her scalp. Never mind the hairline, the scalp, permanent damage, scarring to the scalp from improperly placed in weave. So I don't think your best friend who lives, around the way might be the best person to install that Remy number 5. So maybe you should, put in excess change to get a professional to do, like one of them Korean bitches down the street. Oh, get one of them. They ones make money off the shit anyway. There's very few black weave stores that I've ever seen. I've seen maybe a handful of them, and they were getting robbed of black people. So there you go. Oh, yeah, I'm king of self-hate. No, I'm the prince of self-hate. I'm Prince Ruckus of Wakunda. So, respect the title. You know what I'm saying?
That's classic, Wakunda. Prince Ruckus, that's hilarious. Man, but that's what I'm saying. And, and a gentleman like you, yourself, very intelligent gentleman, guy like me, I'm a bit more of I'm a bit more of an ignorant nigga. But we see eye to eye on a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And I love when you call, I love when you share facts. Because you always bring facts when you speak. And so
I can post these articles in the Discord.
Definitely would like to see that. But like you said, we speak on these things, like you said, the dangers, the ridiculousness of it, and we get called terms like coon. And again, one of the women that I was arguing with on Twitter telling me that I had self-hate, even though she talked about how she woke up hating white people. And I was like, that's sad. That's unfortunate. And you look like you have white in your nature. And then she went on this rant about whatever. I really don't care about your 23andMe. I don't really give a shit. I don't care about what you're talking about. But but I'm all kind of coons and all this stuff. But when we're just simply saying that you can do better, that's ridiculous to go jump and I appreciate the love. Thank you, Miss Sarah Lou. Yes, hit the Cash App, Honcho ENT, for those of you who don't know. Or use thedenshow.com to support the channel. I think I have it on thedenshow.com where you don't have to miss the stream. You might have to hit the little den link. I know some people say when they go to the other things, they don't like missing the stream to do it. But those two platforms, 100% of the donations go to the channel. But what I'm saying is just like you said, taking your kids out of school. You're willing to miss your kids' education, or you're willing to, and like I said, that dumpster diving for the burnt up weave. So of course it smells like ash and ass because it's in the trash can. Raccoon's probably been shitting on the shit. It's burnt up, and then motherfuckers in there fighting for it. Like that. I talk about the cultural identity, the ethnic image, as Mr. Samuels uses a lot. Like, and people don't see that. That makes us look bad. You talk about black girl magic and all these things, but you're erasing almost every bit of blackness in you when you get rid of your natural curly hair, whatever it may be, and you put more of a European thing in it. Now, again, if that's what you're into, and I'm not talking about, if you date out of race, whatever, none of that matters. But I'm saying, like, some of the most woke pro-black motherfuckers be either erasing all their blackness. But what are your thoughts about, maybe some of these eyelashes? How do you feel about the eyelashes? Do you think those are acceptable, or are those a bit outlandish in your opinion?
I think they're not doing this to impress men. A lot of these black women doing this to impress and show off on other black women. I think that's where that comes from. And of course, some of these weak simp ass men are doing anything just for a whiff of that ass. They're jumping a fucking dumpster. Oh, they're jumping a dumpster full of broken glass and lemons, and broken glass with salt and lemon juice, and run through a fucking house fire naked just to, eat a booty gang? I've seen you gotta stop gassing these people. Stop gassing these broads up, guys. Stop gassing them up. Stop it. Stop that shit. Stop it. I'm so fucking serious. I saw a video about 2 years ago. It was on Instagram. Some black dude eating out some black girl's ass, and he has his face clearly on there, just tonguing her out. And then he got mad because she didn't return the favor. You probably got a contract, dumb nigga.
Oh my god.
Dumb shit. I mean, this is just where we're at in terms of just the degeneracy.
Let me piggyback off that. I think I've seen one. I didn't watch the video, but shout out to Wise. He always talks about the Casamigos. Casamigos, support the channel, become a sponsor. Native Play. We don't want nothing to do with you, nigga. You talking too crazy. But it was a guy on there, basically I think getting mad at his old lady or airing his old lady out because she eats ass, and it's like, well, bro, in turn you're airing yourself out. And it's just like you said. Then there was I seen one. There was a chick on Facebook serving some dome up to some dude. And she told me, they call me a beast. They call me, and she was going fed on Facebook. Is like the worst now. They should have never let non-collegiate email address having motherfuckers on Facebook. Like they should have never changed the rules initially. Now it's a terrible, toxic cesspool of terrible stuff. But I'm sorry about that. Carry on.
You know, it probably just been more concentrated because I hear like a lot of these Ivy League universities. There was actually an article I just read, and now I'm diverting the subject a little bit. A North Korean defector from the communist regime of North Korea, the People's Republic, so-called. She went to Yale or Harvard, one of those Ivy League bullshit-ass schools, and she said that the indoctrination in North Korea pales in comparison to the college she went to in terms of the woke SJW literature from people like Ta-Nehisi Coates and shit like that. Yeah. And, you know, all these other critical race theory lovers and things like that. So that says a lot about that. But damn, what was the question? I lost track just thinking about it. I have ADD, so I'm sketchy.
No, like I said, we're just kind of referencing, like, say, some of the other accessories outside of the weave, like the eyebrows, the eyelashes, you know, the lips, and even some of these various piercings. And I know people can feel however they want to, and I'm not necessarily completely against piercing. I have my ears piercings, but like when you putting dots in your face and the fake dimples and these kind of weird things like that, you know, that kind of stuff also.
Okay. Yeah. Now look, I'm fine with. Well, actually, I'm not. I don't find it attractive. I really don't. But you can do all that. But how come I see a lot of these women do that? They're not in shape. They usually towing around a bunch of kids. I remember, and look, she was nice to me, so I have nothing bad to say about this woman as a person. But in terms of her health, there's serious issues. I mean, her upper arms, bro. I mean, if she swung her arms hard enough, she'd have probably floated 2 feet off the air. That much fat was on him. She could have caught some fucking traction. It was sad, but she was nice to me. And I was nice to her. This is my new job. So I was like, oh, yes, ma'am. The TVs are over there. I work at Best Buy now. While I'm going to school, so you know it's what it is. And I felt kind of bad because and her hair, she had that pretty good weave, yeah. But it's just like, damn, like she's really out of shape. Like this is bad. And no more numbers. Obesity affects Black women the most in this country.
Correct.
Period. That ain't my coon ass talking. I can literally pull up. What is this? The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office of Minority Health. So that's directly about Negroes and Hispanics and shit like that. So ain't my coon ass talking. So that's really sad, man. So I mean, like, there's other issues than your hair, eyelashes, and piercings. Okay, because I don't know where they got this from. Because I remember in the 60s and 50s and 40s, yeah, Black men and women had the conks, had the permanent hair and all that shit. But then the 70s, we hit our own stride. Everybody had afro in the 70s. Fucking white people trying to get afros in the 70s.
Bob Ross's of the world.
Yeah. And it was cool like that, you know. But I mean, it's rare. But somewhere along the way, like the Black woman slid into getting back into weaves and shit like that, and conks. I mean, I don't know what I'm fine with getting your hair straight and stuff like that. Was it French press or whatever? Because that don't do as much damage to the scalp and to the hair as some of these weaves I've seen set in for weeks at a time. Yeah, one people in the comments put that like, people found bugs in people's hair and shit like that. Like, look, this is a health hazard.
Yes.
I'm not saying this because I hate Black. I'm saying this because I'm concerned for Black.
Correct.
My mother's a Black woman. I know I don't sound like I came from Negro descendancy, but yes, my parents are Black. But for me saying this, I'm the self-hater, as such as you, Honcho. That's what I'm the Prince Coon. You're the king of Wakunda, sir.
Yes. Thank you.
You need to respect your throne.
you know what Coon stands for. Like you just said, you know, you're concerned. Hey, concerned over our niggas. That's what Coon stands for. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
They look at it like we talking down. I don't know if you can see the super chat Heidi just shared. She posted in honor of you. If you could, she would like you to read it.
Is it the $2 one?
Yes.
Don't say C Kyle DE. I don't get it.
Oh, I guess that's the little flag.
I feel stupid.
The little DE is the.
Oh, don't say C Kyle.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Okay. I played myself. Okay. Nice. That's nice. Okay. Okay. Well, all right. I'm on a list now. Thanks a lot. I'm on a list. Thank you, Heidi. I'm on a list.
We're all on the list together. It's okay. If this thing is going to burn, we're all going to burn together and have a good time on the way down. But yeah, like I say, it's really unfortunate because that's the crazy thing is that, a lot of our people will sit there and take encouragement from people who have no good intentions for them, who are basically encouraging their downfall. And when you got guys like you or I or a lot of the other people who are in the den, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're bad people for pointing out, hey, maybe this isn't the smartest thing to do, the best thing to do. And to actually kind of refer to what you mentioned earlier about the lady who was kind of a bigger woman. That's something I've also noticed with a lot of people, women mainly. But what they'll do is instead of doing things that could benefit them health-wise, and it's usually a lot of big women, like you said, black women being the biggest group, by a group, I think it's like almost 80%, if not 80% or plus, in the levels of overweight, obese. And it's something crazy. Like, what they'll do is instead of fixing the health issues, is they'll get some kind of accessory. Like I said, the piercing. They'll go get a tattoo. They'll dye their hair crazy or something like that will generate more attention as opposed to doing something that could benefit them in the long term. Like I said, like going to the gym or, changing their diet or they'll go run to Mexico and get the surgery. You know what I'm saying? But they're not going to change their eating habits or their behavior. So they end up right back kind of the same way as they started. But, and these are the things, dyeing the crazy colors, all that other stuff. And it's just like these temporary fixes, and then they still feel, badly about themselves. And they still generate the self-hate within themselves. I made a statement earlier. Would you agree? Would you agree that black women display the most self-hate of all cultures, or do you see things a little bit differently?
I agree for the most part. I think they display the most hypocrisy. Look, you can't tell a white broad with her natural hair getting cornrows with this Lil Kim blonde weave down to your ass crack that she's appropriating your culture. Maybe one of these little college liberals who lets their hair grow out, they usually do that shit. But like a lot of I've seen like, and there's it's extreme hypocrisy because they don't need to buy extra shit to do their hairstyle of another culture, and y'all don't need to either. You can do a French press, make it straight, and then get it braided or whatever the hell. I mean, it's I'd say our hair has like a point more than other people because we can get ours straightened. They can't get theirs. Oh, maybe they can get it permed out. I don't know what the fuck. See, I don't have hair anymore. I'm bald, so I really don't give a fuck about hair. Fuck all y'all. And you dreadlock having nigga. You Rastafarian ass motherfucker. I'm just a hater. That's all.
Oh man, it's all good. They all got a little bit of they call us all haters. If you're saying anything well-meaning that goes against their standards or what they believe are our standards, we're haters. We're jealous. We're envious. Again, we're levied with the self-hate, even though we're embracing who we are because we have no other choice. Especially as men, you embrace who you are. But again, if you go do something all that, hey sis, you're looking good and all this other crazy shit. When again, like you said, they're health hazards. We've seen the stories time and time again. There's a point where motherfuckers are treat weave like dope. I mean, motherfuckers had a weave delivery service and the delivery service kept getting robbed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, oh, you say,
Honcho.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the comments too. So to Silk Press and John, what's up? I just read the comment and yeah, Grace. Oh yeah, it's magic. Brian, shout out. Yes, a bald in the building. But that reminds me of something. There's that triple murder over some hair weave a few years back. It was a young black woman, I think 18, 19. She killed a man, a woman, and the woman was pregnant. So that's a triple murder because she had no intention to terminate the pregnancy. The girl did it for her and terminated her life and her husband's life as well over some fucking hair weave.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's some crack shit. That's like some 1980s crack shit. Yeah, kicking in the door, killing a whole family over like some dope. She did it over some weave.
I agree, 12. I agree 100%.
And 12, yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Honcho.
No. I'm just saying I agree with that because but like we stated earlier, most men are controlled by the little head. And let's be honest, those women who are suffering from the self-hate, they see the weakness. Those women tend to be easier. I'm just going to be honest with you, because if they're doing these things for attention, if they're doing these things to generate likes or whatever it is, there's usually a low self-esteem issue behind that. And those who tend to have that low self-esteem tend to be easier to get in bed because they feel like that's love or they feel like that's caring. But then they end up like the video I showed y'all before we booted up the calls, telling everybody how they ate your ass and busting in your new chick's window, after you've gotten them pregnant or whatever. Now you made them a baby mama, And so that's kind of where it is. And men need to stop, impregnating them. They need to stop having sex with these women, period. I like 100% agree. Like until they start going back to that, because you can, like I said, I believe that there's mental issues there. And you are signing up for that when you get involved, when you have intercourse with these kind of women, that you sign up for those things. Appreciate the love, Miss Sarah.
Oh yeah, I was drunk. I took a bet, but see, I didn't start to GoFundMe. I didn't sue Gorilla Glue, unfortunately. So I ain't getting no money, man. I just had to, take that L, bro. That's how it went, Sarah.
Yeah.
I'd be kicking up right now if I did, though. I'd have bought stock in fucking GMC or whatever.
Oh man, and that's the crazy stuff, right? Like people felt bad for her. People felt bad for, and as much weave as these women were, like you would think that they would be well versed. I'm surprised they're not offering college course. I mean, I know you can say, well, you can go to cosmetology school and all that. I'm just surprised there's not a college course in weave wokeness. You know what I mean? Like why you need weave to defeat your oppressor or something. And that Good Hair movie, that fucking clown said one thing that was sensible, Sharpton. He's like, shit, you wearing your oppression on your head. You wake up, that's your oppression right there. You know what I'm saying? You sitting here telling you hate this, you hate that, oh, white people doing this, that, and third to you, but then you go and put this shit on your head. Willingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the crazy shit. But
I'm glad you mentioned that. Because right now, the American culture, right now, Black people generally kind of have like kind of a chokehold on the culture in terms of whole BLM riots last summer. I'm sorry. Mostly peaceful protests with fire. My apologies. Shout out to CNN. Jesus Christ. And so while we have struggle, we should demand out of each other that like, hey, look, we're not going to support any of these other cultures making money off of this, because I believe someone in the comments earlier mentioned we hate each other, black men and black women beefing back and forth while white man makes money. White men ain't gonna making money off of this. Maybe in Hollywood and shit like that, but in hair weave stores, Koreans and Chinese or whoever, all Asian markets, that's a monopoly right there. Because if you look at a lot of these black hair magazines, and I was in that Good Hair movie too. Why are these ads for where to wholesale this weave? They're in Korean, they're in Chinese, kanji. Well, I mean, Jesus Christ. So who do you think they're marketing that to?
Correct. And
then these Arab stores, well, like that. There's some websites I'm sure for black-owned businesses in nearby area. If you do want to support black businesses, I'll maybe look into that. But I would give it a try first, see walking in and make sure ain't no BS going on. Because as much as I say support black businesses, any business needs to be run correctly. It has to be open on time. Has to be a hospitable service. Has to be a effective product. I mean, if you're at the gas station, that's easy. Just make sure everything's stocked up and expired. But that goes for restaurants too. What was that one restaurant T.I. had? Like apparently the manager was stealing money, not paying the employees and shit. Yeah. And he put on Instagram saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm no longer affiliated with that guy. He stole my money and all sort of shit. And he ain't paid the employees." I mean, that's Wakanda. I mean, Atlanta. So what are you gonna do? Yeah. So we need to hold each other accountable to have higher standards in terms of who we sleep with, who we associate with, and then and like I said, I haven't been one of my way to call black woman, anything derogatory. I'm just asking them to have higher standards for themselves and possibly who they're procreating with. But that sounds like I'm demanding too much. I'm sure someone will say that. So I say, do whatever the fuck you want. At this point, I don't give a shit. You go do what you want. Go ahead, Pookie Ray Ray. I mean, that's the real masculinity in the black community, the thug right there. Not the man who busts his 9 to 5 and provides for his family. Not that. Not the gentleman who goes overseas, serves in the military. No, that dude's a lame, and his girl's probably fucking on some other dude. Happened to me. Shit, what else? See, I'm just bitter. That's just the bitter Negro talking. That's it. Yes, that's all it is. It's bitter.
Hey, it's better to be a bitter nigga than to have a bitter baby mama. I would say.
Word.
Broderick, normally we agree on a lot of things in most facets. But I'm going to say something, and I seriously mean this, Broderick. If you are encouraging women to wear weave, you are a part of the problem. That is, there's no justification. If you look around, and you can't sit here and tell me the fact that more black women wear European hair on their head than wear their own shit and sit there and say it's not a problem, then you are a part of the problem. If you cannot see that, that is an issue. I would not have a problem with it if it was a smaller percentage. If it was a little bit here and a little bit there, or the numbers were reversed. If it was 90% natural and then, you know, you had these here and there who wore that stuff on their head or put all that extra shit in their head, that would be different. But you can't sit here and say the fact that our women, or what should be our women, I don't know anymore. That's not my women. I got my woman. Those women overwhelmingly will run out and spend their last. They'll neglect their children. They'll do these things to put fake hair in their head and say that it's not an issue. If you don't believe that, you are a part of the problem. You my nigga, but you're a part of the problem. So I found something. I found that video that I was talking about earlier. About the woman who went and got the hair that couldn't pay for it. I'm gonna put it up right here. Give me just a second.
It's not okay. Why do people feel like they can do shit like that? That's
Right,
cool. Shit. Like, no.
Cool, fine. Just let her go.
Ain't no shit fine.
It's
Like,
okay.
if you,
I'll pay her 45.
it's not about
No,
that.
you don't have to pay her 45 work because I'm a
It's the principle of the point. Like, if you feel for yourself, hey, come on, for real.
You ain't got to shoot.
Get your bum ass out.
This is a business.
Bum asshole.
You're a bum, bro.
This is what I'm saying. I care, Broderick. Like I said, you're a part of the problem. There's no point in further having it. I'm going to do you like when it comes to those religious discussions, when people start saying stuff you don't want to hear, just cut it off. There's no helping you. But, like I said, you see that. That's a business. Should be a place, a professional place. Every one of them, you saw the multicolored hair. You saw every last one of them wearing flip-flops, a bonnet, whatever. The girl done pulled out because she pulled out a pistol because she can't afford it.
Wait, she put out a gun?
What I'm saying? Yeah, she put out a gun because she couldn't afford to pay for the rest of her hair done, right? But had to have it done. Like you just said, the woman who killed multiple people over some weave, multiple robberies over the delivery service. I think there was a actual black-owned weave spot, I want to say here in Houston. As soon as it happens, what happened? Black folks run up in there and rob it. The chick in Baltimore we did a story about a few months back when I got mad at Shelly because she was talking crazy. Young girl worked hard, opened her own shop, and I give her that for being a businesswoman. I don't necessarily care about the business that she's in, but hey, if you're feeding your family, you're doing it the right way, who am I to knock it? But you go do that, the people in your community rob you, you try to go get your product back, they beat you up, and then when you get the laws involved, they kill you in your own store. That's weave. You can't sit here and tell me that's not a problem. It's not just fashion, that's not beauty, that's brain disease. Just because you like it doesn't make it right. You know what I mean? Crackheads like crack. They love crack. You know what I'm saying? But most of these women don't have the means to do it. You know what I'm saying? This is the discussion that we're having. The majority of them are doing something stupid. The majority of them cannot afford it. The majority of them are willing to neglect their needs or try to finagle a nigga out of something, or they're willing to put crap in their head. The majority. So that's the problem. Like, we can talk about the few that are actually in a position to afford to put $1,000 worth of crap in their head, $500 or $600 worth of crap in their head. We can't sit here and talk about, black folks broke and struggling and doing all this other shit, but somehow they have this expendable cash to go spend on fucking this bullshit. And so that is a problem. So again, like we said, it is an issue. And like I say, it's disgusting, man. It's unfortunate. And then these are the queens, these are the this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Say I don't have much problem if they don't run around pretending to be a beautiful black queen. But exactly, I agree, Miss Greatness. I'm saying, like, they want to be held at this high status, but you act like buffoons. You do this tomfoolery. You do this thing that disrespects not only you, but, you know, everybody in your culture. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, for the culture. Like, this is trash. It's trash. It's garbage. Like I said, again, me personally, I minimize conversations with women that have weave in their head. The bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get misled. I'm absolutely not interested. Like I said, I was at the HEB in the chicken aisle the other day, and it was a group of them. One of them, let me tell you this, you know, riding around on the fucking cart, wasn't necessarily obese, was a bit overweight, but not to the point where she couldn't walk around. Got up out the car, walking all over the chicken aisle, gonna get in the car, just ride in the car just because you want to. And I tell you my thoughts on the darker, you know, the more insecure, but had the the weave, had the super long eyelashes, all that stuff. I was looking for some chicken thighs, and she got up, and she was probably within a foot of me. I looked at her, and I left. I'm like, I'll come back and get these chicken thighs. They're like, I don't even want to be next to that. Y'all can call me whatever y'all want to. That shit disgusts me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Godfrey went in on interracial couples. I didn't even see that. But like I said, it's disgusting to me, though. Like, and we talk about the cultural image. Well, what I see, and it could be a classy woman, it could be whatever. What I see now, because the majority of the shit that's put out there, the majority of the women that have that shit, it's trash. It looks garbage. I automatically associate those beliefs with the other women that I see with that. They might be good women, but if I see you with fake eyelashes on, I think you're garbage. I don't even want to talk to you. Like, I don't even want to. It don't even have to be in an intimate type of conversation or nothing sexual. I don't even want to have basic conversation with you, because I think that you're delusional. I think that you have some form of mental issue, and I may be being super prejudiced and super judgmental. I'm willing to accept that. That's what I believe, and I put it out there. That's how I feel. So I've seen too much of this nonsense to think that you're a sane person to wear that more than you're willing to wear the shit that grows out of your head. And now a lot of them can't grow the shit out of their head anymore because, like you said, Dan, scarring, other issues, and all of these things. And so now you're forced to be in that situation. The same way as Only was telling me about the women with the eyebrows. They go get these fucking eyebrows, end up pulling their real eyelashes out, and now you're forced to wear this shit. It looks like it. What happened to mascara? Mascara was fine. What happened? And now we're here. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, I got nothing for it. Like, look, y'all ain't got to worry. Whoever with that shit, like I be seeing niggas in public. I saw. That's another story I'll say for the Den Discord. Remind me about Cracker Barrel when we get in the Den Discord after the thing. But again, like I said, it's just like. It's like, dog, y'all, you ain't got to worry about me wanting your chick if she got that shit in your head. Like, I'm not interested, dog. Like, I'm in my head, I'm so disgusted. I know there's certain shit you just can't say in public, and I just can't go on tirades, and I look like a crazy black man. But, dog, I mean, I have no interest whatsoever. Like, and I don't care how anybody feels about that. That just, it's not. My thing is, you hate Cracker Barrel. What? We got to have a conversation after this. Oh, we got to talk. But no, like, I have no interest in that. And like I said, I would never again would I date a woman with that shit in their head. Again, like I said, if that's the case, might as well go back across the bridge, right? Might as well cross the border. And go get me a woman that really has that shit in her head, if that's the case. So that's just my thoughts. You know, that's just my thoughts on that. Yeah, I apologize. Anything else you would like to add, Mr. Dan? Any other further thoughts that you have about, you know, just the self-hate as a whole, or, you know, the attire, or the things that, you know, a lot of women in the that are black, how they operate?
I was thinking about the state of black people in general in this country, not just black women, because I mean, y'all definitely got y'all issues. I'm thinking about us black men as well. Is there going to be some sort of great awakening for the black American? You know, we're like, we leave this thug culture alone, you know, because that's what I see a lot of this is. This is like, a lot of this is degenerate behavior. The crazy facial piercings, the multiple baby daddies, being proud of doing a lot of prison time and shit like that, but have nothing to show for it when you leave prison. These are some of these dudes who did prison time. And look, I'm all for rehabilitation. I've had family members who've done prison time. But see, they actually studied when they're in prison, and they did their best to correct the mistake of the time that they wasted in prison, especially with their family. But some of these dudes, they get right out, and you're like, I mean, this shit is really, really sad, man. This is really, really starting to hurt my heart, man. And now here's the thing. So for years, because the way I talk and the way I pronounce words, I've been a self-hater. I've been the Uncle Tom house nigger. I've heard it in middle school. It started in elementary school, and it started with black kids. And every once in a while, a white kid would join in, and then I don't know how the fuck that happened. And that shouldn't even happen.
I'm sure he was a liberal, wherever he is now. That kid's
he's probably on Twitter, posting how much he loves intersectional Black lives and trans lives matter with Black lives and black men love trans women. I actually saw that picture on Twitter. I might post that in Discord. I might. But see, like, I was always more pro-black because, like, I grew up reading Roots, the biography of Malcolm X, Letters from Birmingham Jail. This is stuff my parents made me read. I remember I wore dashikis to second, third grade as for like show and tell. My mom was real into that pro-black stuff, and the teacher thought it was cool. It was a white teacher. The white kids thought it was cool. The other kids thought it was cool. You know who I got flack from? Black kids. African booty scratcher. Because Boys in the Hood just came out too. So I remember that line when they was roasting each other in class. African booty scratcher. That's what they're calling me that. And then I'd get upset because I thought I was doing something good. I thought I was being proud of who I was. But I found my own people degraded me, and this went on for years. So it's to a point now where, like, not just some of these trashy black women that we see around this landscape called the United States of America, a lot of these trashy black men I don't associate with either. And I think it was who was in Discord earlier talking about how some of these dudes have no problem hitting on people's wives, and I think that's irrespective. That don't matter what race it is, but like some of these dudes, man, have no respect for anything out here. They hitting your baby mama, hitting your wife, but I mean, and not to mention all the crime and the destroyed households, and the obesity, the drugs. There's got to be a breaking point somewhere, man. Like, when does this shit stop? And other people making money off of this. But meanwhile, our black banks are going out of business because no one's going into them. Like, was it black museums? Like, no one's going to them. Maybe some of these white liberals. We don't see a lot of black people in there. Maybe lately because all the since Trayvon Martin, that probably got a little resurgence. But it's just, I'm just feeling really bad, man, for our people.
Yeah, and I do, and I wish there would be, but I honestly think that, like, I'm kind of on the separation tip. But the thing about it is kind of so hard to figure out who do you separate from, who do you disassociate with, because a lot of these people are in our families. A lot of these people, I think the majority of what we would call, black people are this way, because what has happened now is we've made it, quote unquote, the culture. You know what I'm saying? Our culture is entertainment. Our culture is, quote unquote, clothing, all of this stuff. But nothing of any real substance, nothing of any real moral values, and when you talk about, like I say, accountability, pulling yourself up out of bootstraps, those terms are taboo. You get ostracized for saying stuff like that. When it's more than possible, we've seen it done 1,000 times, But we don't tell the stories. Telling the stories of those would go against the current narrative. And then it would undermine a lot of the bullshit that is perpetuated, especially in the schools, especially in the media. And again, what's that saying? The subtle bigotry of low expectations, or
subtle or soft.
Yeah. And so, soft, that's what it is. Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. It's just like, but it is. But people would rather that. People accept that. People are okay with that. People would rather be lied to and, comforted and saying, oh, it's not your fault, it's somebody else to blame, and not accept responsibility and live their lives that way, than say, hey, you know what? Okay, hey, nobody's coming to save me. May have been some fucked up shit in the past, but guess what? A lot of the people dealt with it. A lot of people took that shit and they built themselves up. And there's a lot of people who took that shit and demeaned themselves and, like I said, just and lived a shitty life. So what am I going to do? And you got to make a choice. Because like I say often in the Discord, like the same people who sit here and say, oh, white people, they're the devil and they're this, that, and the third, expect the devil to take care of them. How, and in what world does that work, right? Like, in what world does that make sense? So if you think that that's the case, and that's why I say I was a fan of the previous administration, because it scared a lot of niggas into doing something. Now, this new guy's in here, and it put everybody back in the comfort zone. And when you're in the comfort zone, there's no growth. And that's the thing.
I got to correct you. Joe Biden is not new. This man has been around politics for 40-some years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he's only new in this seat, but this man's been playing fucking political bingo since the fucking, 70s? Yeah. When he was hanging out with, Robert Byrd and Strom Thurmond and them good old Dixiecrats. I mean, Jesus Christ. Y'all let the 92 crime bill writer, the guy who's championing it, not caring what the circumstances were for these young, and he didn't say young black men. He had some cognitive sense back then. He didn't say it, but we knew who he was talking about. We know he was talking about Ray, Pookie, Man, OG and them. He's talking about them. Oh, bad dude, yes. And I didn't mean to get political, but hey, look, this is where we're at, bro. This entire country's been political since 2000. Hell, since 2000, really. Once them planes hit the tires, it's all went downhill since then.
I agree. And now we're out here paying Hennessy prices for gas.
What is Hennessy prices? What is that?
Oh man, I'm like, how goddamn Hunter come on hip to the lingo that I am? Goddamn, I guess Joe was right.
He took my nigga card. That's the realest nigga in politics. Hunter, he took my card, bro. He can have it though. I don't want it. My credit rating's still good, so he can have that shit. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, if you keep your black card, it'll probably drop your credit. So yeah, it's probably best.
Racism, I love it. But I'm stupid, so I ain't got much else, Honcho. Someone else probably might be on the line. I don't want to hog up the damn line. But back to the main subject about the black woman and the self-hate topic. I think black women need to, not all black women. I'm gonna go ahead and preface that right now. I believe I said at the beginning, not all black women, but a lot of black women who wear these $250 quote unquote crowns. Got the cheek piercings and this crazy lipstick. I see them a lot in a lot of places I worked at. I just don't understand what the appeal is because I don't find it attractive. But then again, I'm a lame ass nigga, so what's the point? And don't worry about me. You'll find some simp out there who will be in your DMs, and you'll probably give it up to him. And for some reason, you won't let him wear a condom, or he don't want to wear a condom, and y'all still sleep with each other anyway. And then yet we have another bastard child who I see you in the store telling to shut the fuck up because you're a terrible mother.
Oh my God, that's gonna be a topic real soon. Cause I saw something at a place a few months ago, bro. That shit had me like I didn't know her, didn't know the kid or nobody. I wanted to slap the dog, piss out of that bitch. It was a child. Like I say, and this is a problem we have with raising the children, and this is an issue, when we talk about this. The kid's just pushing the stroller, looks like he's new to walking, probably a very young child, a toddler, and he's pushing the stroller out in public, and she's sitting on her ass on a bench, and she yelling and cussing, bring your motherfucking ass over here, I told you about that shit, I'll whoop your ass. This is a child. He probably doesn't even comprehend all the words that you're currently using. And the thing that we go to first is hitting, striking, and attacking, instead of trying to use your words in a manner where, teach the actual lesson. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then once you've had this situation happen multiple times and you know that there's an understanding, then, maybe further disciplinary action is needed. But demoralizing the kid, calling him little motherfuckers, calling him all this type of shit, especially in public, and, he may be only a couple of years old, but that still has an impact because it's the tone. You know what I'm saying? The things like that, like you may not understand all the words, but what he is putting together also with that tone, that has an impact. But yet, that shit makes me madder. There's very few things that make me much more angry than that.
It's child abuse.
Just yelling at a fucking kid for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, and these kids grew up under this. They're the kids that make it harder for other kids to learn in schools. This shit trickles down. Yeah. It really does, because that's the kids I had to deal with. They end up fucking one of them kids up, because a lot of these kids run their mouth, they can't fight, they busy flapping their gums and shit. And there's one video I saw on World Stars. This dude from New York, as he said repeatedly, "I'm New York, nigga. I'm out here by myself, nigga. I'm New York, nigga." Yeah, to Arizona dude, Arizona dude, white dude folded his ass because while some of these fools out here flapping their gums, these white boys practicing MMA, waiting for me to try something. If not that, then they got the right to carry.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You ain't playing with y'all boys no more, man. And that's what the thing is. This whole polarization of the cultures, it might lead to a breaking point. I mean, I think it already did, but it can get worse. I hope it doesn't. I think 47 lives were lost during the riots last summer. I thought it was in the 20s. It was actually 40 some, as per a politician put that. I know it's the billions of damage, which this administration bailed out.
Mostly peaceful.
Yeah. Flammable as well. I'm just amazed at where it's gone, because you need critical thinking skills to understand this shit. Like, to critically think, like, why would someone find attractive a bunch of fake shit? But I'm supposed to spend, let's say I have dated a black woman before, and I'm thinking he only dated a white woman, he must be gay. And I've heard this before. I think you gay. I was like, okay, thank you. Sure, okay, all right. I was gonna fuck you anyway, so I guess we're both on the same page here. Shit. Critical thinking thing, like, most men wouldn't find that attractive, but we go back to these simps gassing these bras up just so we can get some ass. It's like one's feeding the other. You know, some of these black women out here, not all, have this inflated sense of self-confidence, which might be making up for a deflated sense of self-worth. And you have these guys out here who thinking that sleeping with a woman on the road to make up for having an actual fulfilling relationship with a woman who you click with on many different levels. Well, I've slept with a few women before. Ass is nice, but an actual functional relationship, I wanted that more than anything. I don't give a fuck now, but when I was younger, oh yeah, that's what I wanted more than anything. And I think you actually find a woman like that who's genuine. I think that's one of the most important things you can find. Now, you can call me a simp all you want. Look, I ain't donating no OnlyFans. I ain't simping out here for none of these bros. Fuck all that.
No,
but after a while, like, just sleeping around gets old, man. I mean, unless you got like a really strong libido, then have fun. I think more when you get older, you should be focusing on long-term someone to build with. Yeah. I think that would be the smart move. And I can't consider anyone genuine where from her neck to the top of her head, it's essentially an amalgam of expensive fake shit. Yeah. And not to mention the fake booties you see. I seen one in the gym recently. It was a black woman. And I'm like, let's say you're doing squats and one of the motherfuckers was the pop. And all the ooze would leak out and all the fix-a-flats, whatever the shit they put in there. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it was an official job, not one of these bottom barrel surgeries done by these trainers who kill these patients half the time. You've seen some of these stories. Oh, yes. What was that one trainee doctor that died in prison doing a bunch of these bargain barrel bottom basement surgeries on these black women to pump their asses up, and the toxins they put in them ended up giving them like the poison in their blood. One woman lost her legs because of the infection.
Using literally
or her arms. She lost
caulk and shit like that. Like, this is really what they were injecting these motherfuckers with. But if you're willing to go get some work done in a sketchy hotel from someone who looks like they've had several botched surgeries themselves, then you know what? You deserve everything you get. Like, if you want it that bad, you deserve the outcome that you get. You know what I mean? Common sense has, well, maybe not. I would say common sense has to kick in at some point, but you know, you can't afford to go to Dr. Miami or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't know. People want it so bad. People, as I said, it's a mental illness. It has to be. It has to be a sickness. So, Home Depot hips. Oh, man.
Damn, bro. But, man, I think that's all I got, Honcho. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I think I've said enough. I think I've been constructive in my criticism. I'd like to be. I like to consider myself being constructive. I don't want to, be too harsh. But sometimes harshness is needed, because if you pussyfoot with people, they don't learn the fucking lesson.
Correct.
And I've learned that myself. There's parts of my life where I was hard-headed, and it took me a lot of pain to grow from that. But I believe I've grown. But see, the thing is that was just me personally as an individual. I don't need someone who has like 3 kids to start learning how to grow as a person. Like, before you had these kids, you should have had some sort of stability. No. And this goes for men and women. Now, I'm tired of seeing these multiple baby daddies, baby mamas out here. One of them dudes in jail. One of these dudes is down the street. He just don't talk to you no more. I'm like, he ain't go see his kids. And I think that's lame when that happens. But I know this, and I'm gonna say this about you black women. Y'all say a lot of these black men ain't shit, But sometimes they're so fed up with your insanity that they'd rather ignore the kids as well. Just say, you know what, fuck both of y'all. Now, I don't have children. I do not have children. But I've seen the way some of these women act. Like that woman smashing that dude's cars, talking about tonguing his ass. Yeah. How do you deal with an irrational person like that? She's bipolar. I've seen that a lot. So I don't want to go to that extreme of mental illness, but in some of these cases, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. I don't really see what else there is. So, and Grace, I appreciate it. Sarah, I appreciate it. Home Depot hips. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, like I say, and you know, we can get into who to blame who, and like I say, we'll save that for another time. But you know, if you're willing to impregnate somebody, if you're willing to get impregnated by somebody, you know, we see it time and time again. If you're not willing to marry that person, maybe you need to really consider the actions that you're doing with these people. You know, or keep
right,
out of
or just use fucking condoms. Jesus Christ, like condoms. Yeah. You can sleep around, use fucking condoms. Don't expect her to be on a pill. That's some of you men. Bring your own shit. Don't allow her to I got some shit. She might have poked holes on the motherfuckers. You don't know that. Yeah. When I was out here running my game and around North Carolina area, man, I always had condoms on me. And if I knew I'm getting no ass tonight when I'm boys anyone, there you go. Right. Good luck. I don't know if it's gonna fit you, but good luck. So it is what it is. You know, fuck it. Yeah. I mean, that's life. Yeah.
Straight up.
That's all I got, man.
All right, Mr. Dan, the civilian man with the plan. You know,
Thank
as
you,
always, sir, I appreciate your calls. You always bring the facts, always bringing the logic, and I believe that the Den folk would definitely agree with me. Sir, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with us this evening.
Thank you. I'll say one more thing, now I'm get off. Now, I'd say I'm like 80% right. I've been corrected on a few things. But I'm bad in about 80%. We'll leave it at that. That's modest. I'm going to be fair.
I agree. 100%.
All right, man. Y'all take care. Shout out to Miss Grace, Sarah, Heidi. You crazy? You know, actually, no, Heidi. Fuck you. How about that? But I respect your gangster. You played me like a fiddle, bro. I ain't mad, bro. That shit was funny. I'm kind of mad, but okay.
That's all good. Oh man.
All right, shout out to 12 too, man. All right, y'all be safe, man. Have a good night.
All right, Mr. Dan. Thank you for calling.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right, I think this is what we're gonna do. Mr. Dan came and definitely iced the cake. Yeah, I'm looking at myself here. Ooh, look at that, being weird. But nah, man, look, let me take this off. It's kind of weird. I'm looking at myself all weird. Yeah, but this is what we're gonna do. Y'all know how it goes. Y'all know how we rock. Y'all know what it is, man. This is the Den, and after these streams, and this is what I'm gonna do. Actually, this week, part of my thing, I've been doing this stuff, working on my discipline, working on some stuff. You know, behind the scenes. Some of y'all have talked to some of y'all about it. Some of y'all I haven't maybe mentioned it, but like my goal is to start streaming like 6 times a week via whether it be here, you know, the other channel, Soft Sports, whether it be on the other platform on Twitch. Maybe I'll start going live on the gram. But my other platform, Soft Sports, I don't want to talk about the Texans and the majority of Houston sports right now. So y'all might be getting some extra dens this week. I'll start trying to put stuff up early and let y'all know. I know last week we really didn't rock with some stuff, and I'm planning on doing some more recordings. I have some other videos that I have. I got a video in particular talking about moms and bonnets and all this other stuff. It's actually a 2-parter video, so I'll probably do that in the morning. But I'm gonna put the link up, and it's gonna be good for, you know, maybe about 10 of you. Father's Day, you mean additional Mother's Day? Oh, what's this? Interesting, very interesting. Let me put the link in here. And again, this is the link for the chat part, but if you want to get in the voice chat and you don't know how to use it, just say something, and we'll definitely get you in there. People are more than willing to help you get to where you need to. We love good conversation there. 12 hours, 10 uses. That'll work. Alrighty. Got that. And there we go. You know, Hey, Miss Marie. And like I say, hopefully everything is en route to get it in. You know, and hopefully you have a good time. I'm sure you'll be happy to see you. That's the Discord link, so if y'all want to slide in there. Let me see. I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to say. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to drop more. We'll probably have more ideas this week because there's just really not a lot I want to talk about in sauce right now. And again, I'm definitely going to get on the other platform, the Twitch, and be doing some stuff. So if you're not following over there, make sure you follow Honcho Saucy. I'll have all the platforms up at the end of the stream. But I appreciate y'all for coming in, tuning in tonight. You are all wonderful people. I thank you. I appreciate y'all. You got to be something special if you sticking through. If you sticking through some of these crazy conversations, man. But yeah, I definitely love y'all, man. I definitely thank y'all. And again, yes, 335. Peace. And for everybody else, salute to y'all. And man, y'all have a good evening, man. So with that being said, y'all ain't got to go home. But I gotta get the fuck up out the den. I'm gone.